Hey everybody, hi, this is Arun from the Goal Difference, and in today's podcast, actually the attendance is a bit less, but Sumit is still there with us, and we actually wanted to just give you a taste of our game week review. And for those managers who didn't have a good game week, it's okay. The international break is around the corner, so I think you can regroup and rethink your strategies for this weekend, and then next week you can reassess your teams. We, on the other hand, did decently well. We got 65 points, so I'll just go to my team and go to the TTT team, and we'll see it. So as you can see, our game week 4 review, we got 65 points, and in the top 1.126k. What went right for us? Okay, so the double Southampton defense worked again. McCarthy gave bonus as well, along with some save points. We were lucky with Saint Maximan coming on for Vinagre, and Doherty didn't play as well, so we got points off the bench. Harry Kane gave us 16 points, which was always the case. We were never going to sell him, so Harry Kane was always there in our team. And well, the only mistake that we made this week, the DTT team made, was we sold Son, who gave 18 points. So I think that was the only glitch in our game week. Bissouma off the bench didn't come on for us. No one expected him to score. So I mean, we won't blame us for keeping him on the bench and not getting his points. Okay, so this was our review. So now the international break is on the corner, right? So we have decided not to play our wild card this week, and we've tried something new this week. So we'll give you all a position-wise analysis of which player to buy and which player to sell from each position. So I'd actually like to start with Sumit.
Hey guys, thanks Arun. All right, so the player that I have in mind, and I feel that um, a lot of people should sell, me including, I have in my personal team is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Last year's Golden Boy has been really disappointing this year, and I wouldn't just put everything on him. Liverpool as a team also haven't been really convincing. Um, for a value of 7.5, his returns haven't been really that great. I think barring the game against Arsenal, I guess, or I don't remember. I think, yeah, Arsenal and Chelsea, where he gave
Chelsea.
an assist each. Other than that, I really don't feel that his 7.5 price is something that he's living up to. I feel that I mean, he's owned by about 41% of the managers right now. I feel that a lot of people should sell him and reinvest, buy a cheaper defender, reinvest the remaining funds in strengthening their midfield or defense, and look at getting him once Liverpool become a little bit more consistent over the season. Um, so who to buy instead of Trent Alexander-Arnold? Now, for the managers who feel that they need a Liverpool defender, I would say they should go with Robertson. I personally have felt that Robertson has been more attacking and been on more set pieces this season as compared to Trent. I mean, that's just a personal observation that I've seen. I mean, he's even got more points than I know it's just I think five, I think maybe five or four, but he's been in, I've seen him in more attacking areas, been taking more short free kicks, more set pieces. So I would say go on Robertson. He's 7 million. You'll be saying point 0.5. The other option that I would suggest would be Chelsea's Ben Chilwell. He's back from injury, and I think the first debut game in the Premier League itself, I think he got a goal and assist, if I'm not wrong. And he has a pretty decent run of fixtures. Uh, if you look at it, yeah, I mean, they play Southampton next. United, well, United are in shambles. So, I mean, the fixture difficulty rating shows 4, but that would be like a 1 right now, I'm assuming. Burnley, I haven't been at their best with, you had, they've not been keeping the clean sheets. They've not been really solid at the back. So, if you look at it, I think Chilwell is a good option. Other than Chilwell, my third option would actually, to those managers who don't have Kyle Walker Peters, I would say buy Kyle Walker Peters. Southampton have been really good at the back, and at 4.5 is a good budget option. So yeah, these are my three picks for selling Trent Alexander-Arnold: Kyle Walker Peters, Ben Chilwell, and Brandon Robertson.
Thank you, Sumit. Over to midfielders. I'll be taking over right now. So the first midfielder that I'd like people to to look at is the most obvious is Heung-min Son, and he's had a lot of movements in price. So if you know that after his game week went blank against Everton, Son was sold by more than 420,000 managers. I'm sorry, and he gave 24 points in the next game against Southampton. His price dropped before that, and his price went back up to 9 million after that game. Well, then he was substituted at halftime in the third match against Newcastle United, and that frustrated managers even more as there were news rumors of his injury being, him being out long term, and his sales rocketed. But we follow Ben on Twitter, so we were like, no, we'll keep him. But Sumit was vetoed completely in our TGD podcast last week, and I think we should listen to him more. So we sold Son and got in Zaha, and he started against Man United and he gave 18 points. So if you see the trend for Son, he does well away from home. Although he does play West Ham next, and he has a good run of fixtures, and Man City and Chelsea don't look in the best of form. So I think these fixtures that are there next for Son, I think are favorable for him to give points at least. And Jose Mourinho has really got a tune out of Son and Harry Kane. They're linking up really well. So I think Son is my pick for midfielders to buy. There are a lot of sales for Kevin De Bruyne. So people looking to sell Kevin De Bruyne, I think you can look out to buy my next midfielder option. That would be Everton's James Rodriguez, and I had actually picked James for our transfer last week for Son. He did score 2 goals against Brighton, and he does play Liverpool next. But well, Liverpool conceded 7 against Villa. I don't expect Everton to do the same and Liverpool to be as bad as they were. But I think James Rodriguez will be a really, really good option for FPL managers going forward. His price is already 7.8. It's increased by zero point 0.3 over the month now, and I think he is a really good option for FPL managers to consider. My third pick for midfielders would be, I think it would be Jack Grealish. He's come out of nowhere and he's absolutely battered Liverpool in the last game. He gave 24 points in his last game. He also scored in game week 3 against Fulham, giving 8 points. So I think Jack Grealish seems to be a really good option. To look by his fixtures, actually, I'm not the kind of guy who looks at fixtures and then selects the player. For me, it's far more fixtures. But the TTD team has a unanimous voting, and so we pick basis on that. But I would still suggest to FPL managers who are in control of their team singular and in singular to consider this guy, because look at his form. He's done so well in the past few game weeks, and I think he's a good option as well. A midfielder that I would consider selling would be Aubameyang. I'm sorry, I had a lot of hopes from him, and he has disappointed me a lot. He scored 1 goal in the first game and assisted in second game, and I think it's time to sell because there are better options in giving better returns and were cheaper, and you can invest elsewhere upfront, I guess. So I think Aubameyang is a midfielder who I'd like to sell. Okay, so that was me with the midfielders. Now it'll be Sai for giving his views on which forwards to buy and which forwards to sell.
As far as forwards are concerned, I think Timo Werner from Chelsea would be someone whom I would remove from my team or I would refrain from buying in the future game weeks. Although most of the managers are already removing him out, I wanted to re emphasize the reasons behind it. He is currently playing as a winger, coming in from the left, with Tammy Abraham the focal point of Chelsea's attack. Therefore, the goals may not be as high as people would have anticipated at the start of the season from Werner. Chelsea play Southampton next, who have kept a couple of clean sheets in their last 2 games. Post which they travel to Manchester United, who will probably look to prove a point by keeping their defense shut after last week's fiasco against Spurs. All in all, lesser goals, lesser assist opportunities for Chelsea. He is also suffering from a minor cold, and I'm air quoting that as I say it. Although there are no confirmed reports yet, there are chances that he could miss a couple of game weeks if he tests COVID positive. Uh, my player for holding or buying would be Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. Although this may seem like a punt, he could be a prime source of inspiration for managers' growth in the upcoming game weeks. Watkins' bulldozing performances against the champions Liverpool may not be discarded as a freak incident. With the arrival of Barkley and with the already existing creativity and threat in John McKinn and Jack Grealish, Watkins seems to be a player waiting to break through the season. He's currently ranked 7 in the overall ICT index. Now, I don't know how many people look at the ICT index seriously or not, but this is just a stat for you. He's ranked 7 in the overall ICT index, and yet only about 3% of the managers own him. With Bamford now being owned by significant managers, Watkins could be, a sort of a key differential waiting to burst into the goal scoring scene. So, yeah, there you have it.
So, guys, this was a little, I would say, a different kind of a podcast since there are no game weeks and there was no transfer strategy and captain voting. I guess I think we tried something new, and hopefully, you all found this, to be informative. And I think going forward, we would be continuing with our podcast as well. So, hope you enjoyed this video and do follow us on all social media platforms. Thank you.